Can I go to the bathroom? I don't know. Can you? So clever, so clever. 100% theory. YouTube, you get to join us now. Take the B team. Hell, you're fresh out of college. Hey, you just graduated out of DigiPen. Hey, you went to Full Sail University. Great. We got the EA. We got a job for you. We're going to pay you $45,000 a year. We're going to give you a pittance of benefits. But I'll tell you, if you survive the 2 years that it's going to take you to make this game, because I'm sure they're working in advance, then you can actually work on one of the cool projects. And then if you go ahead and you give us 10 years of your life and you do a decent job on the cool projects, then maybe, even though you're far less likely anymore to get to do this, unfortunately, you'll get to do your passion project. It used to be when they, produce new IPs fairly often, and you'd go to your local Walmart or your GameStop or EB Games or Toys R Us, that some of these things don't even exist anymore, like shopping malls. What you'd do is you'd have a whole bunch of different games sitting there. And it was cool, because it'd be like Munch's Oddworld Odyssey, and it'd be like Blood Rain. You just had games, new stuff. Dinosaurs, that one thing from ABC made for Dinotopia. Just wasn't like COD yet. It wasn't the way this was all gonna go, which was first COD in like the ever repeating sequels, and then it became live service games, and like just very rarely. There's only like a few AA studios still cranking out games that get physical releases anymore. I'm over encumbered. That's how I feel about it. Obviously, I could piss myself right here, but I'd rather go to the toilet. Exactly. Exactly, Will. So that's exactly the right answer to that. Lockpick max distance. I just don't see the point of that, even though that has decent armor. And I'm saying that's a good thing and a bad thing. See, the offshoot of that, why it's a good thing, why I think you can argue it's a good thing, is indie games, man. We didn't have indie games, not us console people anyway. I was an Xbox guy. My brother was a Nintendo guy. I've told that story a million times. But that's what we had. My brother had the Nintendo. I had the Xbox. The GameCube was the first system I paid for with my own money. And our options for us console people were quite limited. Just limited to whatever was at the Walmart. Especially without Xbox Live. I did not get Xbox Live until like halfway through the 360's life cycle, personally. And I think I missed out on a lot. But then again, I think that I wouldn't have had even remotely the GPA that I had I had Xbox Live. I know some of my friends who had Xbox Live in the Halo 2 days, and pretty much they started on that 2.0 life, that 2.0 GPA, right then and there. I think I was greatly benefited by having to focus on campaign and solo, actually. But who's to say? My nephew's got access to all that stuff, and he doesn't just binge on online games. He still prefers like solo. Well, he likes co-op. He loves co-op games, but he doesn't binge on like PvP. I've got to lose some weight here. Isn't there a vending machine? My first live game, it was unreal, dude. Halo 2 changed the world. Halo 2 changed the world. I'm actually looking forward to that playthrough with Tyrell Wilso. But yeah, I have a Halo 2 game guide that I just got back from my mom. Full color. I'm going to keep it as a memento. The one thing I kick myself in the teeth about is like I threw out so much stuff thinking it was just worthless, or gave it to GameStop for, pennies. And now it's like, dude, all that stuff would be a great part of the collection, or a souvenir, or a game to shove in the Xbox and show off as a retro thing. I know there was a vending machine around here. Sucks, because I probably had at least 75 Xbox games, to be honest with you. I had a bunch of original Xbox games, including Stubbs the Zombie and Knights of the Old Republic and some like cool titles. But yeah, looking back on Halo 2, I mean, they literally set the precedent that we still follow to this day for how console gaming was going to look like online, with the lobbies and the party system and the leveling up and the stat keeping. Like, it was just there. Bungie piss on them a lot because of the whole Destiny thing, but man. I wish I could get back to the ship. That's sneak +7 too. Like, I think some of this stuff is worth putting in a box somewhere. You know, just in case. Dude, I swear. Let's look at the map. Vending machines, vendor, and then vending machines. Dude, we're not even close. I think we can fast travel, though, while encumbered. I think that was one of the abilities we grabbed up. I mean, this is going to be a hell of a walk, but... Well, there's a vending machine right there. Oh, hell, okay. We'll just sell our stuff, and then we'll go right back. We're going to be washed out today. I've been trying to use the studio lights less to lower the electricity bill. We are recording, right? Yeah. Okay, we should focus quest today. That should definitely, obviously, be... I should not get quite as distracted as I've been. At some point, we do want to finish this game so that we can do other things, like the Borderlands 3 DLC. I heard Borderlands 3 had done some really good patches, and, like, really made Mayhem 10, like, fairly fun. But I think Mayhem just had so many issues. I think the whole thing they do with, like, here's random rules, get to choose your fun, is just like, okay, well then let me just pick them first and foremost. And second of all, most of these are just dumb. Why would I not then just put it on whatever's going to make it easier? Every single one of those, if they want to make it work, needs to come with a good pro and a good con, which they said they learned from and they said they were going to embrace. And instead, most of them are just, like, absolutely debilitating cons that aren't fun to deal with at all. And they've made the just classic errors that they've made the entire life cycle of Borderlands, in that enemies now have a absolutely colossal health pool, and the only way to deal with it now is to slowly power creep it up, and so it's never really came across as... I just think that the scaling in Borderlands 1 was still the best scaling they ever did, and they keep getting away from it. They brought it back for the pre-sequel, and it mostly worked, though it wasn't quite Borderlands exactly. It works because you could use a weapon that was under your level and it would do okay, but then you would have to farm out for a level that was, for a gun that was max level, and those just weren't very common. So it gave you something to go for, but you knew that if you got a max level gun, like, it was going to kick some ass. The whole thing is just so strange, especially with, like, the copious legendaries was obviously the biggest change that they added to the Borderlands formula. And, you know, it kind of works because obviously it's not like every legendary is legendary. It's only that 1 in 50 that's actually even something you'll throw in your inventory and then throw away later. And then it's that 1 in 1,000 that you're actually going to use to change out your loadout. But without adding other rarities, it's totally negated what was special about getting... Legendary should be legendary. I ultimately have come to think that that was probably a mistake to do the system like they did. A legendary should feel legendary, and a legendary should just... It should kick ass. And of course, there should be varying degrees of kick-ass, depending on the role, but still. And, you know, most of it is because of this. We have so many freaking mods on us. That barely got us under-encumbered. Guess I'm just going to install mods on this just for the sake of getting rid of some of this stuff. What does shock damage do? What does shock damage do good against? I can't remember. I'm just gonna install the magazine mod. Weapon range, weapon sway. I'm gonna put the super scope on there. Why not? Doesn't bother me. We get rid of some weight. Obviously, we're gonna try this new science weapon out. I may have to turn on the light. Anyway. Without a pearlescent, without effervescence, even though they're hinting that those are going to come out, without gear sets, you just have legendaries out the wazoo, and epics are actually decent, even though they keep nerfing them into the ground. Shot good against robots, heavy armor, I think. Thank you, Wilso. Which I think was one of the best things, because that was Borderlands 1-esque, where epics were actually worth looking at.
Offers the loveliest aromas. Like if you could...
But again, they keep kind of finding ways to nerf those, even though they haven't nerfed some of the best ones. Like all you have to do is find a shield or a weapon that has like the same effect stacked 3 or 4 times on it, and that'll tend to be OP. Like the one that is the amp shield, to basically the B. But your odds of finding that are astronomically low. It's totally random. It's really weird that a signature thing, like they even had it in Borderlands 1, and did it to basically perfection in Borderlands 2 of having set areas to farm and set bosses to go to for different guns. They're just now really getting fully implemented into Borderlands 3 almost a year later. In fact, I think it's, what is it going to be, September? It's going to be a year. So yeah, it's taken them about a year to get that into the game. I think it's basically in there now, but to fully realize something that was a staple, ooh, it's just strange. Let's try this thing out. That do a shit ton of damage. It did some pretty good damage. Not a ton, but it also just really messed that thing up. Seems like a good gun to fly CC with, and then over encumbered already? Oh my god. I don't even know where the damn ship's at. I think it's in Stellar Bay. Wow, so being over encumbered also affects the speed at which you can scope down now. Look how slow that is. Oh, you can fast travel directly to the ship? Oh. I use the science weapon you get on the Groundbreaker. I guess I haven't gotten that one yet. I should do that. We don't want to sit here and fight this all day. Okay. Region, map, active quests. You can fast travel directly to the ship. Ah, the unreliable interior. Yes, let's try to get rid of some of this shit. This is going to be really frustrating. We don't. We'll have to return to Groundbreaker and got it. I could have swore something blocked us from doing it. Yeah, chest in the captain's quarters, right. That's why I've kept so much of this stuff, is I've been waiting, anticipating dropping it off into the captain's quarters. Just in case. But delaying it compulsively. Whoops. Okay, I'm just gonna throw everything in there. Of course, that means that some of the stuff that I intended to, like, throw on when we needed it, like, yes, like that. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Like these hats and stuff that would give a bunch of lockpicking and engineering, and if we really needed them. How much do these weigh? Like some of this, I mean, come on, that doesn't weigh anything. Some of this stuff I feel like I still want to keep on me just in case. Range weapon spread. Maybe good on a shotgun. Yeah, but like this stuff, leadership skill, persuade, cost of bribes. I mean, just in case. Doesn't take up that much weight. Okay, now I think what another thing that I've done is I've just copious food. Too much damn food. Which is something I kind of hope they change for the next one, because, in Fallout there's like Jet, and there's Stimpaks, and there's Raid-X, and there's Med-X, and there's like Psycho, but there's about 12 total. And there's some like chemicals and stuff, but you use that in crafting. This has dozens of different food components in it, and they all take up their own weight in their own inventory slot, and I'd almost rather they combined a lot of this stuff into one thing. As it tends to become cumbersome and you don't really pay attention to it. It's neat, to be fair, but a lot of it does the same thing. It's just by different corporations. But I know for sure this stuff... I'm guessing the captain's quarters have, like, unlimited weight. Enhance! Enhance! That armor rating is good. Feel like companion cooldown. We don't even got to worry about that stuff. Anything with companion is harmful status effect. I like to keep that. Not worried about time dilation. I'm going to keep that just in case we don't have a skill check we can't pass. This I don't... Wait. That was super needle. Yeah, we should keep this. Or just make food not take up weight. I think that's kind of a Fallout thing. At least stim packs don't. And I think that Overlord they need to look at again, and they need to say, okay, you shouldn't be able to kill off your followers. That's too much, but just go with the Fallout thing. You got to eat, you got to drink. Stuff is much more cumbersome. You know, stuff hits harder, but you can hit it a little harder. You can only save on the ship. That's fine. That kind of stuff, but that's not a very good mechanic. It sounds good because it would make it really intense, but it just means I'm just not going to use those people. They die constantly and they play a huge role in the story and what this game's all about. Why would I play a mode where they are going to die? But I would play a more survival-based mode where you have to save on the ship and have to eat and drink every now and again, because why not? And, you know, survival game. 27 of this. Body attributes. I feel like what I'm going to do is store half of this. Basically. Tomato flavored paste with a secret blend of 37 herbs, spices, and flavored additives. Rapid on meat I'm going to keep, even though I think it's like a pound each. That's half a pound. It's fine. What am I down to? 128. We almost got 50 pounds cleared out. I wonder if there's a vending machine on the shop, too. Don't care about this. Care about that. Find attributes. I'm going to keep, again, a few of these. But see, like, okay. Metallus gel. It's the same thing as Skin Tough Salve. They're just different manufacturers. For the next one, have some of the corporations win the battles in the market for these different items so that we can just go ahead and combine them. I don't care about the alcohol as much at all. Mind attributes. Glacier water reminds me of... this could be decent. Movement speed, weapon attack speed. It's not taking up much weight either. This is body attributes +1, so let's get rid of this soda. I just want one that can do mind and body. There's mind. There's mind. So we'll just get rid of this one then. Okay, that's pretty much that. Let's just get rid of anything that has to do with companions. Even though it's going to all fill right back up. Hopefully we don't have to do this too often. Okay, now these mods that are taking up way too much weight. I know that this is a huge part of it. So if we want to do any modding, we'll just know that back at the ship, there is plenty of these. And we can mess with it then. Look at that. Now we're getting down there. Now we can play without worrying about constant micromanaging of the inventory. The great Fallout 76 sin. That game is inventory management simulator. Junk we'll just sell, of course. Make us decent money. I don't care about this thing. I don't care about this thing. No weight on the ammo. Well, reliable was a good choice. The thunder I'll keep around because it's been pretty good for us. And I think we're good. Now I'm going to see if there's any dialogue options going down right now with the AI. And we're going to continue our journey.
Sam, my vacuum tubes require
Yes.
evacuating.
I was so hoping.
No, not those. The ones in port. Yes, there. Thank you. And while you're at it, could you switch my binaries to that? Exactly.
This is so good.
This clean and efficient since Captain Hawthorne installed my subalternate auxiliary backup processor.
I had heard that there is like a love affair between these two. Don't forget about the shrimp.
Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance?
I'd like to continue the
Forgive me,
conversation
Captain.
from
I
before.
would rather not discuss Alex Hawthorne today. I am feeling discombobulated. Was there another topic on your mind?
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's get it. Are you sad when you remember Hawthorne? We don't need to discuss Alex directly, but I was wondering how he improved your design.
Captain Hawthorne attached 98.4% of the ship's processes to my computer, thereby giving me near total control. I have been programmed to deftly calculate navigation vectors through asteroid fields while also operating our ship's toasters.
I don't know why this is
Alex
washing
also
me out
taught me
so
the
damn bad.
concept of a
I
personality.
look like I'm the
He was
sun.
quite delighted when I crafted one in order to better engage with him. It was basic in the beginning.
But it saves electricity, so. Okay. Where did you come from originally?
The information in my memory banks says I am an autonomous digital astrogator created by, redacted, on the date of, redacted, for the express purpose of, redacted. I have not yet decided if I should attempt to uncover the missing information regarding my birth. I asked once. Alex did not build me, and would not say who did.
So for now,
Welcome back, Captain.
as in I'm gonna talk to you
How can
again.
I be
We
of
just seem to end the
assistance?
end of a tree line. I wish that I need the Mass Effect thing. I need to constantly be able to go back to the route as they call it. Nah.
See you soon, Captain.
Guess we're not gonna get any further on that subject.
Issuing
Sam.
sanitation ticket. Error. Refill printer paper.
Okay, that's that. Damn. I was hoping we could dig deeper into the Ava Sam tree. I definitely want to try to get to the bottom of that. Maybe we should take Sam with us this time. Heirs unseen. Okay. Let's take Sam with us this time. Let's take Sam, but let's keep moving with Naoki. Vickers' mission might be on this world. I can't quite remember. We've got at least a couple companion quests going right now, and I think we've already done Ava's. Not Ava, that's the robot. The one girl. The girl who, I guess, if you read the wiki, it says she's asexual, but seems like a lesbian to me. I mean, those two have definitely got the flirting game going down right now. Let's retrack our memory on what we're doing real quick. Turn to sand jar with the data cartridge, investigate the drop-off point. Let's go investigate drop-off point. Let's look at what we're ingesting when we go to heal. Base health, 25%. Oh, well, we're already doing that twice over. We have tons of these. Oh, okay. Weapon attack speed, high movement speed, -1, walk speed -10. Stack up to 3 times. It just seems like the ideal thing to have in our healing kit. You know, if you're in combat, you're not doing dialogue wheels, so those stats don't matter as much. Okay. Jambalaya. It's way down there. Well, we know how this game treats fall damage. Looks like we need to walk across the bridge and walk down.
Hello there.
Hello,
First,
traveler.
I may be so bold. Well, now, here I thought those.
Well, you're wearing
Magnus was
iconoclast
peaceful
armor and
accident
so on,
defenses.
so...
But you're a simpler explanation. Thanks for the assistance. Name's Weston. Every once in a while, I set up shop along these here roads. You find yourself in need of resupply, you come on by. Care to purchase a thing or two?
What you buying? What you selling? Well, we got 27,000, so if he's got something cool. Medical +3. Huh? Which is another way of saying, no. Determination +5, medical +3, a lot of these. The box, you opened it, we came. Cispig tumors. They're literally falling off the backs of cispigs passing by. Just flake off the dirt and they're ready to eat. No cispigs were harmed in the production of this food. It's like a more upgraded version of the sawn-off shotgun. Save your tears. Such a waste of good suffering. Hellraiser. Are the later movies, are they any good in that? I wonder. Because the first one's good. Nothing really special here. So the bridge is blown out. And the path down's over there. So what's the way? Is there an alternate path? There's totally an alternate path right there.
Take cover!
Okay, that could not have gone any worse. I planned to hit the rock that was just below us, not literally the is good. 3 is cheap and directly contradicts the lore, and the rest are lilzy. Okay. So 2's worth watching then. Okay, and then I guess I should stop right there. Now there's novels attached to it too,
Would you
right?
like this unit to tidy up?
We ought to be quick about this.
Is this an AI? A trail of blood leads away from the autoloader. Strangely dressed marauder. It's a ruse. It's like how the Germans dressed up dead Germans as Polish soldiers to try to make it look like the Polish attacked the Germans. Ivru. Okay, smuggler tunnel, interesting. I mean, I want to do jobs for these pirates people because nobody pays better than the pirates, and they seem most in line with our philosophy in this playthrough. The Hellbound Heart by Wes Craven. By Brucker, I mean. Okay, I'm gonna add that to my Amazon wish list then. Oh shit, damn it, I wish you could freaking do mines like you can in Fallout. I mean, granted, that one would have hit us regardless, but I want to be able to dismantle those. I don't even think you can use mines in this, can you?
Alert! Disclaimer. SAM units are not equipped to provide medical aid.
Can we make the sensitivity on the deep scope any more? If I bring that up to... Let's make this audio a little louder too. I didn't realize it was so low. Okay, well, off to a good start. The cave has just about killed us now. What is it, boy? Is Timmy down in a well? We're so lucky to be alive. I think I've hit every mine in this cave but one.
Blood pool detected.
That one still hit us, even if you shoot it. Well, let's save. Seems like good progress. Took just about as much damage as humanly possible at the beginning here. This is gonna hurt us. We better heal. They conveniently do not show you how the AI makes it through these paths. Oh, yes, she just appeared. Freaking everywhere, too. Like, this is a level up in Fallout. Dismantling these is going to get you enough XP to get you to the next encounter. Okay. Let's go backwards first. There are so many mines in this damn cave. Whoever set them up was not intending to leave. I killed a bunch of these things. I'm glad this game didn't tack on a crafting system, to be honest, though. The only time, in my opinion, a crafting system really works in a game is if you make it like you have to collect one really, really rare item off an enemy, and then you can craft a very, very unique and powerful weapon.
Stay back.
Oh, it's
I may
not
be
like
wounded,
Fortnite's.
but I'm still armed. How'd you get past my traps anyway?
Okay, Arthur. I got moves. Forget about that. What are you doing in this cave? You call those traps? I've seen nanophiles that were more dangerous. Yes, I'm gonna go with this.
Well, you don't gotta be mean about it. What are you doing out here anyway?
Let me take a look at your wounds.
That feels a mite better. Wish I had something to give you, but I gnawed through my last Spratwurst an hour ago.
Sad. Wish I had something to give you. I think. Oh. Oh, okay. That's right. They're not actually pirates. They're also a corporation. But I gnawed through my last Spratwurst an hour ago. What's with all the traps?
Cave like this makes a handy place to store goods or hide out for a spell. And the traps usually keep gawkers out.
Catherine told me some of the couriers had gone missing here.
Nice to know she cares. Catherine had us making drops for some big shot client out here. And before you ask, I don't know who they are. Or were. The whole point of making drops in the middle of nowhere was to keep their identity and whereabouts a secret.
Looks like that turned out well. Get to the part where you're hiding in a cave.
Yeah. I guess the Marauders noticed because they were waiting for us. Blew the bridge and took off with the goods.
The Marauders at the facility just west of here?
Sounds right.
Sounds about
If you
right,
got
huh?
the sand to go after him, I'm sure Catherine can reward you for your trouble. Me? I'm headed back to Fallbrook.
Okay, so the Marauders
as soon as
ambushed
I've
him
caught
to
my
get the
breath.
stuff. Where's he gonna head back to? Take this, take this. Yes, you have nothing to pay us with at all. Nothing here at all. With which to give us.
Yeah, don't wait on me. I'll head back to Fallbrook in a spell.
Ah, Fallbrook. Alright. Where Sublight is... Oh yeah, the sleep mechanic that I never use. What's the point of that again? Do you heal? Six hours minimum? Though I don't really know that it would change anything. Nothing to pay us here with. Nothing at all. Just tons of ammunition and weapon parts and... Wow, we were really actually impacted by the healing. Our skills are way down. So I'm gonna sleep for 6 hours so that stuff all wears out. Fallbrook. Thank you. You won, really? Did we keep the... I think we kept the helmet that has plus lockpick. Hope. Oh, that's one of them we threw away. Unless this is on there. Dialogue skills, nope. That's cool. Mind attributes, I imagine, should do it. Yep. Just enough, though. Just enough.
Making it look easy.
Worth it? I don't know. That was a lot of maglocks. That was a lot of maglocks. Usually it's a lot cheaper for a lot more bits. But again, yes, you have nothing to give us. Nothing to grant us here. At least some of the maglocks back. Do these guys got the corona? Why do they keep... Oh, it's the guy that got shot at by the Marauders. Okay, where are we heading? I mean, this guy did trap the hell out of this place. I don't know how he intends to leave, except for the fact that we would have cleared it for him. With safety harness? What does that do? Anything? Dialogue skills +5. It can be modded, though, which is kind of cool. You know what? If we could mod this and, like, do plus tech skills and stuff, that might not be a bad one to carry around just for skill checks. It wouldn't be so bad. The original naming scheme for planets of the Halcyon colony was chosen by the head of Halcyon Holdings. Halcyon. Okay. Where are we heading? We have to report back? You have evidence that UDL has been secretly developing a crowd-control gas on Monarch. Does this prove Senor needs to make his appeal to the board? Right. Yoki gave you directions to a spot on Monarch where she buried Hayes, a member of her crew. Right. A note in Reginald Cheney's domicile in Fallbrook indicated he's been panning gold from a river on the outskirts of town. Take Max to search for Reginald. Oh, okay, we can do all these. But we're just where it wants us to go clear out the Marauders. I don't see it, so I'm just going to report back to her after we turn this in. I wish this was just a little easier to grab, but hey, there's one behind it, so whatever. We've almost got Monarch cleaned up. Definitely going to do the 2 companion quests while we're here, though. We'll do as many as we... I'm trying to leave each place pretty much complete. It's weird. It's a really cloudy day, but it's like, if you had to guess, you'd think that the sun had grown to supernova proportions and was blotting out. Elijah, hey, I think we got a quest with you. Nash believes Elijah and his friends killed Isaac. They made deliveries to the base behind the warehouse and spend the rest of the time in the alley behind the yacht club.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our
Tunnel snakes forever, man. Tunnel snakes forever.
We're already pissed by those crates to market.
In that case, I know you murdered Isaac.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
I'm making it my business. You don't want to mess with Sublight's VP of Aggressive Acquisitions. Fine. Let's just forget wrong.
Oh yeah? What are you saying exactly?
We're gonna kill your ass. Kill your ass dead. You've bullied people long enough. If you know what's good for you, you'll clear out and never come back.
Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny. Fine. We're going. This ain't worth it.
Your money or your life. Well, that was that. Probably more XP to use the dialogue choices than kill them all. We've mostly avoided killing them all except for Marauders. I've been trying not to cut off any options. Okay, Senor will want to know about Isaac's murder. Now that you've dealt with Elijah. Okay, 2 things with Senor. Steal, by which you mean take, because there seems to be 0 consequence for stealing and no one's ever looking.
Sam, I've got a question. Do you use alcohol as a cleaning agent? I've heard some folk do that.
He's not really a folk.
Alcohol-based
He's
cleaners
more a
can
thing.
compare to Samson Ray Acid Spray Premium Nozzle Attachment. Installation available for as low as 9 payments of $99.99.99 bits.
Is that a
Senor!
Be careful with your new friends in Amber Heights. They're not the most reliable types. Anyway,
Let's not start a war,
what can I do
Senor.
for you?
There's not a whole lot of you on this planet's hell. Found a data cartridge with the details of UDS. Isaac Rose is dead. Tell him about this first.
But that's terrible. What happened?
It was Elijah and his hooligan friends. I ran them out of town.
I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them. Eventually.
Of course you would have.
Of course I would have. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
Found a data cartridge with the details of UDL's secret experiments.
Excellent timing on your part. I worked my fingers to nubs, but
Have
I
you?
finally
You've been
completed
standing
the
here
Bolt
as far as I
52
can see,
form.
but okay.
I dare say it will be my second greatest achievement after the Reformation.
I still want to know about the massacre
You're getting
there.
ahead of yourself again.
Celia, baby.
So I am. Do you have this cartridge?
Not so fast. What are these reformations you're talking about? Reformations, were you going to reformat everyone's files? Oh, did I say the data cartridge? That's just what I call my left tit. Not so fast. What are these reformations you're talking about?
I'm working on a plan to reorganize the board. Slowly, peacefully, and with meticulous documentation.
You are? You could do a lot of good around here, you know. Don't go getting my hopes up.
But that's
Says the woman with the
entirely
tastiest
point.
hair on
We've
Monarch.
got to hope. We have got to partake once more of the full resources and opportunities of Halcyon.
What about the folks out in the wilderness? Amber Heights, Fallbrook. Will you share with them, or will you hoard those resources here?
We've got to make a good start here.
Is for MSI to become a model for all of Halcyon. But we must start somewhere. But truly, I am getting ahead of myself. First, I need to submit the Bolt 52. With that data you're holding, of course.
Okay, I'll give it to him.
I knew there was something going on. This is exactly the proof we need. The board will have to welcome us back now. I'll transmit this data along with the completed Bolt
Why is that
52
again?
right
It's
away.
like illegal to try to get ahead of
We'll
one
sit
another,
back and
technically.
quietly wait for the board to respond.
They're all
That
competing,
means
but
no
at the
more
same
broadcasts from
time,
us.
they love the status quo, so they have certain rules so that the corporate structure would never be upset. Compete against one another, be cutthroat, but never so much that you would ruin one another. Isn't that like what they're doing? Yeah, I gotta go.
Sam, as a